record. We have the world's highest rate of children on ADHD drugs. There are so many, they are called Generation Z. The Z stands for zombie. Adam Marshall reports on the short and long-term effects and the parents saying no to drugs on their children's behalf.
He used to ping off the walls. Couldn't sit still. Non-stop. From like early in the morning until late at night.
But I feel a little on edge, anxious.
This is how we've come to know attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, one of the most commonly diagnosed conditions among Australian children.
Most children who get a diagnosis of ADHD are wrongly diagnosed.
Some believe 1 in 3, despite that prescriptions for medications have doubled in the past decade.
When the lady told us to put her on Ritalin and that was our best option, I was fuming.
Martin Williams' daughter Nicole was diagnosed with ADHD at 7 by a school guidance counsellor because she was having reading difficulties.
The teachers would just put her in the back of the classroom and just forget about her. Not too hard basket.
Refusing to drug his child, Martin got a second opinion to find Nicole actually has dyslexia. Now, 4 years later, it's not just her reading that's improved dramatically.
I can't read anything. Now I'm actually getting the courage to stand in front of my class talking, writing words, and I've never been able to do that ever.
I didn't want to put her on tablets. I didn't want her to be zombie out.
Being zombied out is just one of the side effects of ADHD drugs.
I think I would rethink the decision that I had to make for him. But I can't change that.
Karen Morgan's son Braden has been on ADHD medication for 11 years. Now he has a serious heart condition which will kill him. The 17-year-old's heart is slowly shutting down. Karen says Braden's doctor admits the ADHD medication is responsible.
Since Braden was 5, he's been on dexamphetamines, Ritalin LA, clonidine, risperidone, melatonin, and he got put on a new one called Concerta.
I think that the ADHD label should be thrown away.
Martin Whiteley is one of the world's most outspoken anti-ADHD child drugging campaigners. He says almost 63,000 children are on prescription ADHD medication in Australia.
Prescriptions are rising every year. We see more and more kids going on the drugs.
And a study out of the United States has found little evidence the drugs actually improve academic outcomes for children that have been diagnosed with ADHD.
In the short term, they will change a child's behaviour, but in the long term, there's a host of potential adverse side effects.
Which makes it a difficult balancing act for parents. Medicating children means exposing them to drugs that can stunt their growth, make them hallucinate, and increase their heart rate and blood pressure. But unmedicated children with ADHD can be uncontrollable and at times impossible to live with.
I know there's a lot of people out there who don't approve of this medication, but to them I say, walk a mile in my shoes.
For Kim Anderson, medication is the only option to treat her son Joshua. It's been almost 15 years since we first met them. Joshua was the little Houdini. Every night Kim would have to lock him up so he wouldn't run amok through their home.
You couldn't stop him doing anything. If he wanted to do something, he would break locks, he would break windows, he would break whatever was in his way to do it.
When I take the tablets, I concentrate more at work, and when I was at school, I concentrate a bit more at school.
Joshua has been on Ritalin since he was 5. Now, at 19, his mum credits it with helping him hold down a job and get his driver's licence.
Without the Ritalin, I think he would have not survived, because he would have done something really silly.
Clearly our whole social system is failing children and parents.
Child psychologist Professor John Giardini believes ADHD is a simplistic, convenient label for paediatricians, and the medication masks the symptoms of the underlying cause.
If a young person presents with distressed or distressing behaviour, the task is to try to make sense of that and to do a better job than just giving it the convenient label of ADHD.
Professor Giardini says paediatricians hold the key. They need to be better educated so children are diagnosed properly. As for the treatments, they need to be tailored to suit each child. At the moment, most aren't.
I can't tell you what a single treatment should be for ADHD. I think that anybody who thinks they've got a single treatment for ADHD is missing the point.
A point that could prove life-changing.
I'd go and get second, third, fourth opinions.
Argue the point with them. Demand you have everything in black and white. Show me proof first.
And you might be surprised to hear that Mozart, Leonardo da Vinci and Benjamin Franklin were all thought to have suffered from ADHD as children. And for every 5 children diagnosed with